So, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, I just want to apologize on behalf of everybody on my side over here in Humphreys McGee for the Andy Frasco and the UN experience. I find it, frankly, immature, a little bit disturbing, and just gross. All the dick jokes.
Wow.
It's a little much.
Typical fucking rich kids.
Sorry.
Typical fucking rich kids. Private school rich kids. Talking down on the... Just always punch it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Show me what you got.
Listen.
I'm listening.
No more 20-minute songs. Let's fucking do this.
Challenge.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Nice.
Wow. I didn't know Chris Myers could sing.
We're in the opening band. John Cummings has a book. Nobody gives a fuck. We're in the opening band.
No one read your fucking book, Joel.
My sister's like that too.
Really? With the clap?
No. Being particular about her shit.
And we're live, kinda. Andy Frasco's World Saving Podcast. I'm Andy Frasco. Hot off a fucking killer weekend. Let's go! Let's fucking go! Fuck yeah!
So fun to watch other people succeed.
Shut the fuck up. You killed it at the after party.
I did, actually.
You sat in with us. You killed it.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Bonnaroo and Red Rocks in one weekend.
What was better?
I'm on cloud fucking 9. Bonnaroo was insane because I didn't think that reaction was going to happen.
What? People liking it?
Shut the fuck up. Oh, God.
No, but seriously.
I can never enjoy anything with you.
I got to keep you grounded.
It's such a monumental moment in my career.
I know, and I'm going to keep you grounded through it.
Bonnaroo was insane.
I lift you up in the dark times.
You do.
I keep you right in the middle.
When I'm sad, you're the first person I call.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that, too. I keep you right here. When you're down here, I get you here. When you're up here, I get you right here. Anyway.
What a fucking weekend.
Why were you surprised by the Bonnaroo reaction? I thought it was going to be like that.
Because it was like, I don't know, it was like Thursday. I did not expect people to come out. Like, I didn't expect us having a big crowd for it.
You didn't?
I did.
That's exactly what I expected.
Really?
Yeah, because like you're playing 1 a.m. at Bonnaroo. You've been doing all these tours and stuff. You're like a name where people are like, even if they haven't seen you, they're like, oh, we got to like at least check this out. I heard this guy's insane. You know what I mean?
Well, I played Dream, and that was like, it made me cry because we wrote that song when we found out we got Bonnaroo.
Oh, okay.
And we wrote that song when we found out we had Red Rocks in the same weekend.
Uh-huh.
And it was just all the stuff we were looking forward to. And then when something actually happens, like that thing actually happens, and it turns out just as amazing as you thought it'd be 2 years ago, it just made me feel good that we're on the path and fucking never give up on your fucking dreams.
Mm-hmm. As long as your dreams are reasonable. You're a band, so it's reasonable for you to have those dreams.
Not 10 years ago when we were fucking playing in, Dubuque, Iowa.
No hate, no shade to Dubuque, Iowa.
No shade to Dubuque, Iowa, but like,
But
you know
you're
what
not
I'm
Red
saying?
Rocks.
Sleeping in the bars, sleeping in the
You've done
back.
that?
I've done that so many times, sleeping in the bar where they give us like fucking
$80.
pillows, $80, give us a pillows. Like we don't have any budget for a hotel, so you could just sleep in the venue.
See, that's why I got lucky with the Cosby Sweater, because we didn't have as many people. It was a lot cheaper for us to tour.
Yeah.
We didn't have a trailer. We didn't have a Sprinter. We just toured in a minivan.
I mean, we toured in a van with our gear in it.
I'm saying we had it easier than you. I'm not saying.
No, I'm saying like the same thing. You're on the grind.
We were on the grind, but not like that. We had a hotel every night and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd you get hotels every night?
We blew up kind of fast. I mean, not blew up, but we got to the middle pretty fast.
Yeah. Ours was a slow grind.
We had an agent at Madison House after our third gig.
Really?
Yeah.
See, fuck that.
But it fell apart just as fast.
I'm going to be petty about that.
Well, it fell apart just as fast, though, so it's like...
Well, that wasn't your fault. That was
no, but I'm
because
just
Cosby
saying,
was
like,
a rapist.
I'm just saying, like, karma got us,
It wasn't karma.
I'm
You're
just kidding.
good
I don't believe in
kids.
karma.
By the way, this is my co-host, Nick Gerlach.
Oh, yeah,
How
you never
doing,
introed
Nick?
me, did
Yeah,
you?
what's up, Nick?
Hey.
Welcome to the show. We are on Cloud 9, baby.
Cloud. It was a good weekend.
It was a great weekend. You sat in. It was great. We did that Battle of the Bands with Humphreys, which was fucking
I got
awesome.
this. I couldn't really hear it, but now I watched the video. It was funny.
Dude, I've been learning a lot how you rip on me. So I was like, I'm learning a lot.
That was good. They should have had me write their thing to you. They could have been stronger. They should have had me write some copy for
No,
them.
but that's Bayless's comedy.
I understand. I'm just kidding.
Bayless talks shit, and I think Bayless is one of the best shit talkers on the planet.
He's good at it. He's from Indiana. We're both in northern Indiana boys.
Bayless just understands.
Me and Bayless had very similar upbringings. We went to the same kind of schools. We're from about an hour and a half from each other. Mm-hmm. That's why since there was some joke he told at catering where I was the only guy that laughed on the whole table, and I think that's why. I think we have that northern Indiana. Grew up in the Catholic school system. We weren't rich kids, but I bet a lot of our friends were.
Yeah,
it's there.
I love it.
Yeah.
God, I love Bayless. I love
great.
Stasek. Those guys are so fucking supportive.
Everybody's cool in Humphreys.
Even Joel is supportive. I ripped on his book. I was like, no one gives a fuck about your book, Joel.
Yeah, he didn't care.
And he didn't care. He was like, he took it on the chin and like...
He wrote a book.
And he wrote a book. So shout out to Joel.
I wrote a whole book.
Let's go.
You write a book. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you write a book, bitch.
Yeah. If anything, you just gave it more publicity.
I did. But it was such a great weekend, and my parents were there, and I was like, I dedicate this fucking set to you, Mom.
I watched your mom a little bit. I like to watch people's parents during the show.
She was crying the whole night.
I didn't see her crying, but I was far away from her. So maybe, you know what I mean? I was like, she was in the crowd, and I was backstage.
All the people around her were taking photos with her and saying they're proud of me.
Who's more famous, your mom or your dad?
My mom.
That's cool. That's how it should be.
I should give my dad more love.
Your dad, I feel like, isn't he sort of...
He gave me the work ethic. He taught me work ethic.
Are you calling your mom lazy? Just kidding.
Hey, chill.
No, I get it.
I should give him more credit because he did teach me how to fucking.
Hey, those Porsches don't just fall out of the sky, do they?
Shut the
His dad's a Porsche guy.
He loves Porsches.
Isn't he in a Porsche club?
He's in a Porsche club.
That's so cool. So funny.
I love it. Oh, man. This has been such a great, but it's like, this is the last time we're going to talk about this because it's on, because this is a Peach Music Festival installation. 5 episodes of Peach.
I like that festival.
It's one of my favorites.
It's at a water park, one.
I love that.
The fact that water parks even exist still with this litigious society we live in is amazing.
The facts that they let Wooks into those water.
I wouldn't get in the water past 8:30 in the morning at that thing, but it's there if you want it.
I love it.
It's a fun festival because it's like the electronic music hasn't completely taken it over, and that's not a shade of electronic music, obviously, because I literally do that, But it's like, it's nice to have something where it's sort of a throwback,
right? And they always have a great lineup.
So I'm saying, they just it's curated really well because they do that and they still sell a lot of tickets.
Yes.
It's hard.
So for these next 3 weeks until the first weekend of July when Peach is happening, we are going to do 2 a week. We're doing 2 episodes a week, Nick.
Damn,
I hope you're just not funny for just one day.
The union said I get overtime. The podcast union.
Whoa, chill. Calm it the fuck down.
No, I can be funny for 25 minutes twice. I think.
Oh my god, it was so funny when Sam the merch
Sam Sutton,
organizer for all the Humphrey stuff. He runs all the merch for
Sam
summer
Sutton.
camp. I love. He's my bookie too.
We're both Hoosiers.
He's the one who got me into gambling.
You're like all these Indiana people. You noticing this?
I love
Brendan,
Midwesterners.
Sam's, but I'm talking specifically the state of Indiana.
Indiana's a great state.
Brendan Bayless, Sam Sutton, me, Larry Bird,
Shut up.
Oscar Robertson. There you go.
All right, calm it down with that shit.
No.
But Sam was like, it was so funny. He was like, man, Nick, when I first met Nick's girlfriend, all she said was, he was like, how's Nick doing? Then she's like, Julie was like, I'm doing fine. She can handle your shit talk.
Yeah. I'm actually a pretty good boyfriend, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are a good boyfriend.
But
You're heartfelt. You're sensitive.
You're gonna get like no. I think she likes that I'm not that sensitive because she's extremely sensitive.
But no, you're a tortoise. You're a tortoise.
Yeah,
you have a hard shell.
I am a human being,
but inside you're vulnerable and lovable and sweet and caring.
I do care about people.
You do care.
I've never done anything to anyone really. Like you'll never find anybody. I don't have like a arch enemy that I've screwed over in the past. You know what I mean?
Well, not yet.
But I said some stuff that's got me in
trouble.
No,
you were a troll. You're a troll, like a smart troll.
Yeah, but I've never
earlier in the career.
I've never like really done something to someone that's like you can't get out of. Like I've never stolen or cheated on someone or like the things of the mortal sins of friendship I've never committed.
Yeah, just monetize the trolls. Like that's what I did. They were calling me Frasco Smokes Mids.
And you made a t-shirt.
We made a fucking t-shirt.
I feel like you learned that from me, even though I've never made any money doing it. It's kind of my idea.
Yeah, you're right. You teach me a lot.
Yeah, that sucks. You should be smarter than that. You should already know this stuff. We're going to do state capitals next.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
First, we're going to New York. Then we're going to Oklahoma. Oklahoma
City.
Dubuque, Iowa.
It's not the capital.
It's not the capital.
No. Des Moines. Tommy Thumbs, baby.
We talk about,
that t-shirt pre-sale sold out in 4 minutes. And you got mad.
I'm like, why is it sold out? I'm
like,
calling everybody.
I mean, I get it, though. It's also still funny.
Yeah.
I was grounding you during that.
I know. You just always...
I was like, I'll tell the kids in the children's hospital.
You always tell me to monetize. You monetize the cult.
Monetize. I know. I'm not against monetizing. I'm against being super mad. No, but I also get it too.
It did piss me off.
But it's also funny to think about like that it's not like a problem. You know what I mean?
It's not a problem.
But it's still fun to make fun of you.
Yeah, I love you.
I could be making slightly more money.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, I'll tell all the kids in the children's hospital that.
Oh my God!
You're
Don't
mad.
even go
I'm just
there.
Kidding. I'm kidding.
You make a shirt that says
I
like
so many
multiple
dumb shirts.
bands. You have so many dumb shirts.
That's why it's funny to make fun of you for it.
Fuck you, Nick.
Your shirts are so much. Every shirt you have is better than my best shirt.
Well, let me help you market your cult.
No, your worst shirt is better than my best shirt. But they're funny. They just say words on them.
Yeah. I think about going back. We've been doing this for 15 years, playing all the bars and stuff.
Bars.
And, you talk about having a booking agency after your third show. Also, fuck off. That's fuck you.
Well, we were good. Don't get mad. We saw the market and we filled a hole for 3 or 4 years.
Well, for the other people who aren't Cosby Sweater and need help touring, sign up for Repsy.com. Repsy, our boys. Just been with
free.
Us since the beginning. It's free to sign up. If you're in a band...
They're kind of like personal injury attorneys. They don't get paid until you get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, how's your lawsuit going?
It's going good. I still am doing treatment, so...
So, are you suing Uber?
I don't know.
How do you sue? How do you
my
sue
lawyers
that?
are handling all that.
I'm like, how does that even happen? Like,
no, I think it's just basic car insurance stuff. I don't think...
Okay.
Because Uber and Lyft, they're not very... good companies. They don't treat their employees very well. They're 1099 everybody, so they're probably not. I don't know.
We got in a car accident. The whole band did, and we sued Uber, and we made each like $5 or $6 grand.
Oh, you did? Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully I'll get more than that.
Well, you were more hurt than we were. I just had to do. They paid for like my chiropractor and stuff.
Who? What happened?
Oh, dude, this guy. obviously was fucking drunk and hit our car.
Oh, dude, you got to sue him. He's a drunk driver.
I know, but he was like talking to us like, we'll settle this off of.
Don't you ever
I'm
do
like,
anything off the books.
But that's not me. Like, it's the driver to the guy who got in an accident.
Oh, yeah, right. You don't have that much pull there.
No, and that guy left.
Left the scene of the
Left
accident?
the scene of the accident.
The other guy.
And the Uber driver took the picture. But that guy was totally wasted driving.
Yeah, but
and he was driving a Tesla.
And the other thing is you can't. That's what sucks is when you leave. It's actually good to leave the scene of an accident when you're drunk driving because even if they come get you the next day, you can be like, yeah, accident was my fault, blah, blah, blah. But they can't prove you were drunk.
Oh, my God. Don't tell people that. This is...
What? They know that.
Don't drive drunk.
Well, don't drive drunk, but if you do and you want to get out of it, leave the scene of an accident.
Oh, my God. Shut the fuck up. Anyway,
Repsy.
sign up for Repsy.com. They'll never leave the scene of the accident when you're on tour. They'll book your tour.
They'll never leave you.
They'll never leave you.
They only take a certain percentage.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, actually.
I don't know what
it might
it
be
is
different
either.
for different things.
I think if you have an agent, they don't take a cut. But
Nope.
if you have an agent, if you don't have an agent,
They call that the
take a little
Bongiorno
cut.
clause.
The Bongiorno clause.
JBG.
Shout out to John Bongiorno.
Dude, you have my favorite
I have
agent.
the best agent.
I love
John
your agent.
Bongiorno is the shit.
He's so funny.
God, he's just so sweet. He came to our show in Bonnaroo. You know,
Oh,
he
he did?
worked. Yeah, he came out to Bonnaroo.
That's cool.
He showed up for 7 hours. He flew into Nashville, came to our show, and then drove back to Nashville just so he can make his flight, so he could.
He probably skipped a perfectly good Mets game that he could have went to.
Or you know, he loves baseball cards. He could have been
at the baseball card exposition.
Could have been getting hard off that.
He has
Mickey
some nice
Mantle card.
cards. Dude, I saw that.
He's got sick cards.
Yeah. If you're into that.
Hit up John Bongiorno. He'll give you the lowdown. But yeah, he showed up. Schwartz showed up. He flew in from London. It just felt like I was loved. And sometimes I forget that because I'm working so fucking much all the time. So shout out to everyone who showed up to Bonnaroo and Red Rocks. My parents, everyone.
Your band did a great job. Maybe
the band killed it.
Maybe go ahead and thank the band at some point.
They know how much I love them. They killed it. They kill it every time.
No bonus for this weekend, probably.
Poor
Just
Shawn.
2 gigs.
Shawn has cataract, so he can't see.
Oh,
then he had
really?
an eye infection.
So he can't do the surgery.
He can do the surgery, and he's just blind, and he just hears.
There's always something going on with that guy.
I know, poor guy.
Can't catch a
I
break.
had to take him because we did that sit-in, that Battle of the Bands thing, and he was so jacked up. He's like, we gotta do this, we gotta do this, we gotta do this. I'm like, Shawn, just take a breath, dude. We're gonna do this.
He
We're
runs
gonna
hot.
kill it. He runs hot.
I like that. He's a Ferrari. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why I worry about him, because if he runs too hot, he's gonna have a panic attack and break down over some bullshit.
I don't think he can have a panic attack. I don't think he can go that far.
Really?
I think he just stays at 8. You know.
I've been giving him more of these dialed-in gummies though.
He has a good life though. I like his wife a lot. I like his dogs are cool.
Toby's the shit. He does have a good life.
Yeah.
He just, he puts so much pressure on himself
that's
to
why he's
make
good.
money. I know, but like after rocking Red Rocks, then Sunday playing 2 gigs.
Oh,
like
yeah.
he did like a solo gig.
He's a machine.
And then he did the yacht club that night. I'm like, Shawn, you need to take a break.
He's a
He's
machine.
like, I gotta make money for this family. I'm like,
well,
I'm gonna respect the fuck.
that's
out of
Midwest
that.
right there.
That's
Missouri.
that Missouri fucking work ethic.
You know,
It's that Missouri work ethic.
we don't flip pictures of apes for money. You know, we go to work.
We go to work. But I did start giving him those cans of dialed-in gummies,
He's been eating them.
and he's been eating them, and it's melling him out.
They're good for that.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I love these. Shout out to dialed-in gummies. They're our other sponsor.
Yeah.
I feel like they've mellowed me out too, and I haven't like really been thinking about Ambien.
Keith came to Red Rocks. I didn't see him. I texted him a little bit, but I never ran into him.
Yeah, Keith said he came to Red Rocks too, and I didn't talk to him.
Yeah, well, that's Keith. Though.
I was
He's
like,
cool
I'm so
that.
sorry we broke your gumball
Oh,
machine.
you broke it?
We
You
just-
piece of shit.
He's like, it's all good. I'll find you more shit to break. I'm like, let's
Hell
fucking
yeah.
go. Those are the type of sponsors who
we have a
understand
good-
the brand.
They
They
get the
understand the brand.
How bad is it broken?
I mean, I threw it on Floyd when he was on there and it broke. And then,
At least you broke it doing something worthwhile. Physically assaulting Floyd.
Floyd gets me so amped up. I love being
Dude,
shit on stage.
he's becoming the best performer in the band almost.
Oh my God, he's amazing.
I don't understand his energy. Is it I don't understand how much of it is an act and how much of it's just
No, man, we played his wedding in Nantucket.
Mm-hmm.
Have I talked to you since the wedding?
not really.
we played his wedding in Nantucket where we got to back up. He used to go on tour with Presidents of the United States of America.
I saw that in the pics. I was like, what the hell?
And then he was in this band called Spooky Daily Pride. And that guy was there who hasn't played music in 12 years because now he's a director. He's like directing A24 films and shit. And he's
the
like,
guy from Presidents?
Spooky Daily Pride.
Oh, okay.
And Floyd was like that in his bands. Like Spooky would like hide him in a trash can for the whole set, and he'd be playing inside a trash can, and then at the end, and Spooky would be kicking the trash can and shit, and then he'd pop, and then Floyd would pop up out of the trash can at like the last set. So he was stuck in that trash
for
can
an hour.
Yeah, it's fucking epic.
Floyd needs to like do his like memoirs or something. I want to read the Floyd book.
I love Floyd.
25-year-old Floyd. I need to hear everything.
I hope he
about
doesn't
it.
quit because we pick on him so much, but I think he'd handle
I think
it.
he can handle it. I mean, push comes to shove, he could kick every one of your asses.
I know.
If there was a real fight, he would beat the fucking shit out of every one of you.
Right.
He's ripped.
So if you're in the Colorado area, buy some dialed in gummies.
Yeah.
Do you want one? Should we eat one?
Yeah, I'll have one. Why not?
They gave us a new batch because I keep giving them out to all my fucking friends.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have a great week. You know who's on the show tonight? Jen Hartswick and Nigel Hall.
Yeah. I got really into his solo album over pandemic for like 2 weeks.
He's awesome.
And
actually, we kind of, we were beefing during quarantine. You remember that?
Yeah, but I was kind of before I was hanging with you.
Yeah. He was talking shit a little bit, and I was like...
He wasn't as bad as some other people.
No. And then we calmed it down.
I mean, he had a point, to be fair. Like, he didn't know that you guys were being safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was talking about the mask and stuff or something. He was saying something.
He didn't know that like people were getting tested and blah, 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 blah.
But we cleared the air online or on the podcast.
I love that.
And also he's sober, and he talked about him getting sober, which was fucking heavy.
Yeah.
Because he told his fucking down, his... What do they call that when you're on the ground level? Like
they call that rock bottom.
Rock bottom, yeah. And he told us all about that. And we had Jen Hartswick.
It's also a brewery chain.
Rock Bottom?
You never heard of Rock Bottom Brewery? No. Maybe it's just a Midwest thing.
Oh. But you're gonna love this interview.
And Jen?
The first episode, yeah. Jen, it was after
They're
Fool's
together.
Paradise at midnight.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it was.
Were they
so
pretty
cool.
sauced? Oh no, actually, obviously he wasn't.
And then Stacy came. It was just awesome because it was late night. It was like midnight after we played,
you
after
did it, like,
Humphreys and Lettuce played.
Backstage?
We did backstage, and it was just a vibe. We didn't get any video, so all the people watching the
That's
YouTube,
okay.
it's okay. You're still
Because you got to be face to face.
Yeah, and I got that. It was
better.
yeah, and sometimes when you do video, when you're face to face,
It's weird.
Some people get stage fright, so it was good that Nigel does not have stage fright. That fool says whatever.
I don't
the fuck
know
he
him
wants to
very
say.
well, but I don't see him having stage fright. He's a very confident man. He should be the way he plays keys and sings.
But seeing Jen there, I love Jen Hartswick so much. She's like such a real friend. She calls me and checks in on me.
She's a good person.
Yeah, that's why I could tell because Bayless loves her too. And like,
everybody loves her. She's
the best. All right, guys.
There's probably someone out there that's.
Yeah.
Everyone has a mortal enemy, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I gotta say something.
Yep.
I'm gonna do the motivation today.
Good.
Don't give up on your fucking dreams. They might take 15 fucking years. Don't you put that microphone away.
Anything.
Put the microphone down. It might take 15 years. It might take 2 years. It might take 3 fucking shows like this jabroni over here.
Yeah, my dream was to be one of the bottom artists on Madison House in 2014.
Whatever it is, keep fighting. Keep going. Even if you have low ticket sales right now, keep fighting. Everyone's having low ticket sales. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Eat your dialed in gummies. Sign into Repsy. Be happy with that you're actually trying. A lot of people don't try. A lot of people keep their dreams in their head. And what does that do? Go try to fulfill them, even if you fail at it. Because if you fail, you're going to learn something about yourself. And then you're going to keep going. And you're going to fuck shit up next time. So keep fucking shit up. And be the person you want to be. Because life is too short not to fulfill all those weird fucking dreams and kinks. Okay? That's it?
You told me not to.
Oh, yeah. I told you not to talk.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye, guys. We love you. Enjoy Jen Hartswick. Enjoy Nigel Hall. Even Ryan Stacey showed up for a little cameo in the interview, like he always does.
Oh, weird, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan. He's like, I'm coming in here regardless.
That's
I know
weird.
both of you.
He doesn't usually like attention.
Shut the fuck up. All right, you're done. Put that microphone away. All right, next up on the interview hour, we have Jen Hartswick from Trey Anastasio Band and Nigel Hall from Lettuce. I love this interview. It was It was just great. We all got to get together after we played Fool's Paradise. Shout out to Live for Loud Music. And we got two of these guys in the room. I've already had Jenny on the show. I've never had Nigel, and those guys are such close friends that we thought we just might do a trio podcast. Get to hear Nigel's story, and because Trey Anastasio band is playing, we got Jen on the show for a Peach Fest installment. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the interview hour, Jen Hartswick and Nigel Hall.
Yet.
We're
Earl.
pressing record. It's going down. Wow.
Yeah.
Nigel and Jennifer.
Yes,
Hello.
indeed.
First off, how long have you known each other?
Shit.
I've never thought about that.
I don't know. Neither have
I don't want to think of a time where I didn't know Nigel.
Really?
Yeah, but
Well,
it probably
that's
has
beautiful.
been.
I
I,
really
know. I
appreciate
love you a lot.
You are like you family.
Do you think? It's got to be. I don't know. 15 plus years.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
At least.
Yep.
At least,
What was
at
the
least
first moment y'all met? When
Don't remember meeting you. I just know that you've been a part of my life for a long time. But I'm not great
I
with.
don't know. We probably at a festival somewhere,
Nah.
ran into each
Probably
other,
Bear
drunk,
Creek or
fucking
something.
yelling at each other.
You're terrible at.
they're really
blocking
bad
the
at
door.
this. Hold on.
You're terrible at blocking the door. Oh, I guess
Oh,
it's
here he
Stasic.
is.
So
Here he is.
Any fucking room he wants to.
He just rolls
He
in
doesn't
here.
care. He doesn't knock.
he doesn't bring us pizza.
Hey, didn't bring us no pizza. Just come in here, just stuff
Damn
it.
it, I was.
Boy, if you throw that shit at me.
How long have y'all three of you known each other?
Man.
I've known you
Way longer than. Way
Yeah.
longer.
I've known Ryan
Man,
Stasic
we
at
love-
least
What's up?
18
We love
years,
you.
if
No,
not
we love
more.
you,
To be
Ryan.
continued.
Ooh, get out. No. Okay,
The cameo.
yes.
The
His little
cameo.
pink tea base is cute.
How many?
You
I
shut
mean,
as fuck.
how many years have all y'all been around in this? You're new to this scene,
No,
in a sense, or no?
No, I'm probably new-ish. Okay, and in comparison to all of the guys that are in Lettuce, all of the guys that are in Soul Live, because that's probably where we first met.
Yeah,
was
probably.
when I was
Soul
playing
Live?
with Soul Live about 15 fucking years ago,
Mm-hmm.
basically. I want to say it was at a Bear Creek or something like that.
gotta be.
One of my fondest memories of
Let's
us
see if I'm
is
thinking
at
of the
Bear
same memory.
Creek. Well, Jennifer was doing a show, and she asked me to come and sit in. And I went in. I showed up. I was fucking hammered. It was a great night. I was hammered.
Tell it
And I
like it
went in
is,
there,
and then I'll tell the real
you know,
version.
No, hold on, no, this is great because I remember that I was. You know how you can be just hammered enough to be killing,
Right.
or at least you think so in your mind,
Right.
And I was just hammered enough to go up and get the job done the way I wanted to and go play a solo. She was like, "You want to play a song?" And I was like, "No, I'll just come up and solo." And I went up my soloed, and I think I played like 3 notes. And they were the dopest 3 notes of all time, and I was just out. It's like, fuck it, I'm out. I bent a note, and it was like this for like 10 seconds, and then I just walked off the stage. It just, God gave it to me. I just felt so good.
Oh my
And I
god.
walked off. I think that's what...
So far from
What is going on here?
my brother. Of the two of us, who would remember what actually happened or not? Guy who's hammered and trying to recall the story, or chick who's sober who's starting at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Here's what happened.
Yeah.
My friend, you came up and sang something.
I did. I sang.
You sang. You came, you
My
sang.
God.
And then at the end of it,
Hammered? I say hammered.
of course, my recollection was you had taken a bunch of mushrooms and were hammered, but who am I?
Jesus.
Anyway, I mean,
Yeah,
if we're
no.
airing all the grievances. So
cool,
you
shit.
came up, sang something. I introduced the shit out of you so lovingly. and I
you
was like,
did. You
man,
always
how am
do.
I going to follow that? And you go in the mic, you can't. And you walked
I
off
did
stage.
not. Shut
It's
the
on film.
fuck up.
It's on film, my friend.
It's on film?
Yeah, and you later apologized for it, which has slipped your memory. But that's how it went down. But I like your 3-note. That probably happened too, but it wasn't. that time.
I because I remember that being on film, but I don't know. I don't remember anything. I'm sorry.
What goes on in your head when you're going? When you're like, do you get into competitive mode when you're out there trying to kill?
Yes.
Is that what it
Yes.
is?
Yes.
That's why you do that?
Hence the jerseys.
Yeah, I guess
Hence the jerseys.
yeah.
And here's why. Because and we'll get into this later at some point, but I always said, aside from, I mean, I'm not even relating it to music, but in the sense of teamwork.
Yeah.
To me, the greatest band in the world is the 96 Bulls.
Okay.
So
You know who that is, Jen?
Very familiar.
she should get up and slap the shit out of you, real talk. She should get up and slap it. What the kids say, no cap. She should slap shit.
I love it.
But my favorite band is the 96 Bulls.
Yeah.
And to watch the level of teamwork, yes, it was Michael Jordan, but Michael Jordan would not have been as great as he would have been had he not had the support that he had to communicate with while on the court, while on the bandstand. We all have a part to play. We all have a position to play. And when we play the fuck out of it, when everybody is on stage on the same page of the same paragraph of the same book of the same word, everybody's on the one, I'm scoring fucking 60.
Yeah.
I'm going to score 60. And you're not going to stop me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make sure that everyone around me at least scores 40.
Yeah.
I'm scoring 60.
But
It's
do you
gonna be
ever like
dunking in
take
your face, posterizing, dick all in your face, like that. Like that.
But this is the Kobe syndrome though, too.
All of it. It's
So have you ever like took a step back and read the room? Like Jen was like trying to hype you up.
No,
Nigel.
I don't. That's my biggest problem. Is
That's what
I don't read the room because when I'm on stage, the room is mine.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what the room is.
You know, I low key.
It's gonna be what I want it to be while I'm there.
Yeah,
and when I'm gone, it can be whatever the fuck it wants to be.
You know
when
what
I'm there and I'm in control of it, I should be able to determine what happens in that room.
This reminds me of that situation at Krasno's wedding when you fucking took it over, bro. Did you hear about this, Jen?
Oh, tell me all about it.
Oh my god.
I mean, I kinda
It was a
wanna
good
tell
bit.
a real-
It was a good bit.
You wanna tell the real story?
As the like not knowing what's going on, you're a good front man, and you killed it. He sang some Donny Hathaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what? How important? Why did Krasno tell you about? Why did he want you to sing at his wedding?
Well, he wanted. He wanted me to sing at the wedding. Kraz is my best friend. If it wasn't for Kraz, I would not have been able to do a lot of the things that I've been able to do. I would not have had all the opportunities. I wouldn't have met all the wonderful people that I know, like you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He basically, I've been fucking singing that song forever, and that's just one of his favorite songs. And if he wanted me to sing fucking Three Blind Mice for his wedding, I would have sang it.
Yeah.
You know, because Kraz not only is one of my favorite musicians in the world, I'm a huge, not only just one of my inspirations, but he's my fucking friend. And it's really good to be able to hold him to that as well as not only just being a colleague, but just like being my fucking homie, like you guys are. Like just sitting here, I'm having a conversation with my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a completely different thing. And I'll do anything for my friends, for people who I love and who I respect and who love and respect me.
Is loyalty important to both of you?
Very much to me.
Super important.
Yeah. Especially
Yeah.
being in this scene for so long. Like I see you hanging outside stage for both Lettuce, for Humphreys. It's just like
you just support each other, man. It's not hard. You just be a good person, you know? And when people do that for me, I really, really appreciate it. And, you know, nothing is fake about that.
Right.
You know, like we're all just out here trying to do it and trying to do the best we can. And the more support that we have from people we love, the better we are. I mean, it's always beautiful from the crowd, like having that support, but having the support of your friends hanging on the side of the stage is everything. You came to my set today. You know what I mean?
Fucking
Thank you.
killed so hard. Oh my God. It was so
Thanks,
killing.
man. It was early and it was hot. Thank you. But you know what I mean? Like that, you know, that goes a long way. I appreciate
agree.
that.
I mean, it's friendship.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we could be. It goes back to my question. The competitiveness is gonna always be in there to drive us. Right. But like, if we take a step back and say, "Hey, we're supporting our homies,"
Right.
That's what I was saying.
Exactly.
That was like I was saying. Like Jen's like, give it up for the best keyboard player on the fucking planet, Nigel Hall.
He's like, you can go fuck yourself. No, just kidding.
I probably did. The sad thing is I probably did. But see, that's the thing is that people know me so well that they know that kind of bullshit that I do comes from a place of love.
Yeah.
And it comes from a place of real respect and love. And like, I wouldn't be that way with you if I didn't really fuck with
Right.
you.
Yeah.
Right. It's like
You
you
know what
walking
I'm
on
saying?
stage and flipping me off. That's the most
Exactly.
loving thing
And
you
I
could
do
ever
that
do to
all
me.
the fucking time, and I will continue to do it.
Thanks,
for as
honey. I
long
love
as
you
I love you too.
Did you ever get a point like I'm like wondering why you got sober in a sense for like you ever get to a point
wondering why I got so
well like I'm just wondering like
wondering-
has that ever been like a point where it's like I'm being an asshole for
Well, I'm
too-
going to tell you this
too
right
long?
now. Even listening to that story is almost it's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
A little bit, just a little bit. Like I'm glad that we have that, but
Yeah.
you know, I will say that the only reason that it's embarrassing is because it's embarrassing in the sense of like, okay, for instance, I'm 40 now, and this is how I acted in my 20s and in my 30s, which I'm
Yeah.
supposed to be acting really
Right.
like that. To be honest, like, you know,
You're
we
wild
all
now.
go,
We're all wild out.
supposed to fucking wild the fuck out. And, you know, it just gets to a point where I was telling somebody earlier today, you know, what's the saying? When I was a child, I did childish things. And when I grew up, I put away those childish things and
Right.
became a man and did man shit.
Yeah. Right.
So, you know, it was just for me, it was just I got into a point where I was fucking sick of how I was feeling.
Right.
And the feeling I got when I got high and when I got drunk was not worth feeling the way that I felt when I wasn't anymore. And going through what I went through anymore. You know, the fucking always lying to somebody and like, who'd you go out last night? Oh, nigga, you know you was out last night. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, whatever, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You know, all of it, just the that's a huge thing. Is because I don't have to fucking worry about people in my shit really anymore. I've always been that way. I've always been the type of motherfucker. My campaign is mind your fucking business. And I think that if everybody minded their fucking business, every day the world would be a better place. If this man wants, let me tell you something. I want to say this, and I'm saying this from a place of real honesty. If this man wakes up one day and doesn't identify with the fact that if he identifies himself as a woman, when he gets up and puts on a dress and some high heels, let that motherfucker do what the fuck he want to do because it don't affect you.
Right.
Let these people live the way that they want to live.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because you do that don't affect none of my bills and it don't affect none of my sleep. And until it does, do what the fuck you want to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mine, if people just leave me the fuck alone and people just leave other people the fuck alone. Stay out of people's business. Ain't got nothing to do with you.
Right.
You
Well,
know what
and
I'm
it's got to
saying?
be hard.
That's
And
my shit.
you know, I don't even want to open a can of worms, but it's got to be even harder being a black man in 2022.
It's worse than that because here's the thing. Like I was telling you earlier today, we were talking, and I'll tell you, Jen, we were talking about the Pels games, and somebody called me and asked me they wanted me to sing the national anthem. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not singing the national anthem for a country that I got to worry about my kids walking down the fucking street and getting their fucking heads blown off.
Right.
Me too. I got to worry about that for myself.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I got to worry. I have just my life and my children's lives are in danger every second of the day.
Fucking
Every
nuts,
second
bro.
of their lives. I don't give a fuck about me no more. I'm talking about them.
Yeah.
You know, I got to worry about them. And, you know, it's hard when I have to talk to my kids and they go through situations that, you know, are race driven and, you know, because my kids are in a predominantly white area. And, you know, to hear their frustration, it really makes me angry because I can't do anything about it.
Right.
Whether I'm there or not.
Yeah.
It makes me angry because you want to console your children and you want to make it better for them. And unfortunately, with that situation, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. So I tell them, don't, keep your head down. Don't do anything that you don't need to do. But if one of them crackers put their hands on you, you let them fucking feel it.
Right.
You let them feel it.
Yeah.
Because if you put your fucking hands on me, black or white, you getting these hands.
Right.
You put your hands on me, you might not get them back. I might have 4 hands and be baddest keyboard player in the fucking world.
Yeah.
Okay? I'll figure out how to use the motherfuckers one way or another.
Play with your toes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Is it hard to be to know that you have no control?
We've never had any control. And the sad thing is that you get used to it. The sad thing is that
Isn't that just numbing?
All you can do is like Malcolm said. All you can do is take care of your family and teach your children the right way. Teach your children what's right. Teach them what's wrong. And let them grow up and be what they gonna be.
Right.
We are preparing our children for some shit we don't even know what's gonna be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I heard that on a podcast the other day. It's fucking the realest shit ever.
Right.
But all I know is to live my life right, to do what is right,
Right.
help people when you can. Don't be a fucking asshole. That's why, as for when it comes to religion, I don't really, every book says the same thing. Don't be a fucking jerk. Don't be a fucking jerk.
Right.
Do what the fuck you're supposed to do. Take care of your children and don't be a fucking jerk. And mind your business.
Amen.
Were you being a jerk when you were all fucked up?
Yeah, I was. But again, it was one of them things where you had to know me. You had to know that it was coming from a place of love, and it was just amplified.
So it's just misunderstanding.
It's a misunderstanding. If you don't know me, there have been people who have been introduced.
Like poor Jenny on the first day of the day.
What's the first day I met her? Okay, she fucking knew what was up. That's why she asked me to be there.
Right.
But because I was there for comic relief, if anything. But there were times where people were introduced to me, and and I talking to you about it earlier. I was reflection is a big thing. It's a very important thing too, and I'm sometimes, well, not sometimes, most of the time, being faced with a lot of the things that I did when I was getting high and drunk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I got to deal with that. I got to deal with that, and I got to make amends for it. And I love doing it. I love facing it. I love doing it because I'm not an asshole. I'm totally an asshole, but I'm not.
You're sweet.
I'm not an asshole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You're a
saying?
good person
I
and an
really
asshole.
am a good person who is an asshole.
Yeah.
I'm particular. I'm a Virgo. Okay, that's all. There you go. I'm a good
Virgo.
person,
And the
truth
but I'm an
comes
asshole.
out.
There it is. I'm a Virgo.
Were you ever an asshole, Jen?
Me?
Yeah.
If I was, I'm certainly not going to tell you about it.
Come on, let's get deep.
No, I'm not an asshole. I'm not.
I
I'm
never
just
ever
I'm pretty zen. I'm zen about a lot of shit. I've been through a lot of shit,
But
and
you
I'm
don't
pretty
take
zen
no
about
shit.
it. No, why would I?
I remember a time when you were going through some shit where you were just not taking no shit.
Yeah.
And that's that was a time that I think you and I bonded and became really close friends. And then
What'd you learn
That was-
about each other's relationship that made you guys closer? Without talking about what happened, but
I just know that she has the same type of strength that I admire
Right.
as a person, and
Yeah.
that I didn't have at that time.
Right.
Because without saying it, she, I think, might have been dealing with the same shit I was dealing with. Not her, but someone who she had loved.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Someone who she cared about didn't care about themselves.
Mm-hmm. How hard is it to
Yeah.
love someone?
Yeah.
How hard?
Yeah, so of course, yeah.
How hard is it to love someone who doesn't love themselves?
It's almost
How hard is it-
impossible.
what is it,
It's
the
almost
question?
impossible.
How hard is it to love someone who doesn't love themselves?
Here's the thing: is like I was young, right? Like, and so I thought I was pretty sure that if I loved harder, I could fix everything.
Right.
That somehow I was like responsible for this person or in control of this person or whatever in like the most loving way. And of course, like that's just not the case. So like, you know, I learned through through a decade of absurd behavior that is not true. That is not my baggage.
Right.
And like, so it helped me, like, I mean, in a weird way, I'm grateful for it because it helped me decide where my barriers are, where my walls are up, what I'm willing to put up with and not willing to put up with, what I deserve and don't deserve, all that kind of stuff. And like, and now it's like, I just, you know, sometimes compassion is shown through silence.
Right.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
like
So
that too.
somebody who's like really going through it, really got like that, a lot of baggage and whatever. Sometimes the kindest thing I could do is let you fucking go through it.
Right.
And I don't, like, I'm here if you need me, but like I don't need to coddle you. I don't need to tell you my opinion. I don't need to whatever.
You
Right.
grown as hell.
Right. So like, you know, but I learned because of that situation, I learned where my boundaries are. And I'm really fucking cool with those boundaries.
Right.
And some people don't understand that. You know, well, how can you not, I'm like, it's not my shit.
Yeah.
And I'm really cool with that. And I'm really grateful that I have that.
That's the key. It is not my
It's
shit.
not. We
It's
all have our
your
own
shit.
baggage. If it's not for me, then it's not for me.
But like, how hard is it to disassociate someone else's baggage when you're in love with them? It's probably impossible,
Well,
right?
when you get sick of it, it gets pretty easy. It starts to get easy. I'm gonna tell you why. Look, what Nick say?
Tell
and I'm
me.
gonna tell you why.
Somebody. Yeah.
Look, when I'm getting real personal here. I hope I don't get in trouble. But
This is too deep.
no, it's not. I love these. This is perfect. This is perfect. You
This
got
is
the
what
right
we do.
motherfuckers.
This is what I'm trying to do.
When I had the come to Jesus moment with my wife, who I love so much, because here's the thing, is that my wife was at that point with me, you know, and she's like, bro, you got some shit you need to deal with.
Right.
So either you are going to have me here to help you with it, or you going to deal with it on your own.
How long you been with her?
Either way, you going to deal with it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's time. It's time for you to deal with
It's time
it.
for you to fucking address this now, because look at you. You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember the moment? What was going on? Tell me.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you exactly what happened. I went out. It was April 6th of last year. Let me see. Let's get the actual count. Hold on 1 second. I'm looking on my phone here.
He can edit. It's great.
Yeah, this is
is
the
not
beauty
live.
of not having
I'm
a
gonna get
live
my phone too. I don't even know. Let's see. Are you
I'm
calling me?
425 days.
you.
I'm
You're
425 days clean and sober today.
100
Cali
what?
sober. I'm 425 days Cali sober. And it was April.
Go
Let
ahead
me
and
see
math
what
it.
day
You're
it
gonna
is.
math it right now.
I don't know. Whatever. It was April 6th. And I was out that night, and I went and I got some blow, and I was out and I was driving, and I shouldn't have been out driving, and I was out being a fucking jerk somewhere and being a jerk. There you go.
Yeah.
And my wife was calling me, and I wasn't picking up because I knew I was fucking up. And then when I got home, it was so crazy. Like, the fucked up thing is when you getting fucked up like that, you don't think that nothing's gonna happen to you, but if something does happen to you, you are fucked.
Do you get
Because
scared when-
think about this: being a black man,
Yeah.
driving around at 5:30 in the morning with
Yeah.
cocaine in my pocket, cocaine probably all over my nose and in the
Yeah.
car,
Yeah.
which is when I got home, I got out of the car, and my wife had to go to work the next day. And the And she got in the car and there was cocaine all over the car.
Oh my God,
And she
Nigel.
couldn't start the car because the light was on because I was in the mirror looking to see if oh my God, I'm a fucking idiot. And she got the car started somehow and went to work and she called me and she said, look, we gonna have to talk. And when and anyone who is married who is listening to this, when your wife says we need to talk, don't care what you are doing or sober or not, that is not
I got
some
that
shit.
sound effect.
That is not some shit you want to fucking hear. All about nothing. And she said you got to have a come to Jesus moment. And right after she said that, I went to my bar and I grabbed some whiskey. And it wasn't even good whiskey either. It was some fucking nasty ass Trader Joe's fucking whiskey. And I took a big swig of it.
Right.
And then I went and smoked like fucking 5 cigarettes and I was scared to death. I didn't know whether or not she was going to leave me. But she said, look, we got to deal with this. And she
during the day?
During the day. And she's like, she decided to stand by me. And I fucking love her for that. So, baby, if you're listening, I love you. Thank you so much for being with me. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. I fucking love the fuck out of you forever. And yeah. I mean, because I'm gonna be straight up, bro. If it was me, if it was the other way around, I don't know, dog.
Right.
I don't even know. I don't even know if I'm built to deal with that kind of shit. Because look, I'm from Southeast DC, bro.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Well,
out.
it goes back to that like competitive nature.
I'm not saying that if it was her. I'm just saying that
I know what
like
you're saying.
if the shoe was on the other foot, it would not be as easy as she made it.
But it goes back to that competitive nature when someone is willing to try to help with you and we never listen to the help. Yeah. But now when we're fucking down on the bottom, we finally listen to the help. I mean, she fucking saved your life, bro.
Saved my fucking life, bro. And like I'm telling you, my life has never been better than it is right now. I have never crushed so hard in my life about anything. I've never felt so good about the things that I did. When I put Spiritual out, when I put my last record out, Spiritual, that was kind of my ode to fucking that shit, like, and letting it go. Because after I recorded all of that music,
right,
it was so easy to let it go. I went to fucking rehab, and it was the best 30 days I spent away. It was fucking vacation. I went to fucking Antigua. I killed that shit.
Yeah. I'll clap to that.
Clap. You know what I mean? It was wonderful. It was great. And I'm really just grateful to
be on the other side of it.
Still have my fucking friends who knew me, who could have totally written me off, who should have probably. Real talk. Like, I still have my fucking job of playing with one of the greatest bands in the world.
Right. True.
I have my fucking favorite friends who are all fucking just as dope as I am. Yeah. And we all get to be competitive and make records and live the life I wanted to live since I was a fucking kid. And I still have that. Most people lose all of that shit.
I know. So that's a good point. Like, when is enough is enough? Like, when is it time to love again? Like, you had a bad situation. You had a bad relationship. And then you found your squeeze, or did you have a couple other things?
No, that was it.
So how what are you doing? What are you spitting up?
Was it the word?
Andy Frasco is the greatest of all time. I just want to say that. That's all. I'm sorry.
So how hard is it to love your... Okay, it's double question. How hard is it to love someone again, and how hard is it to love yourself again? Who wants to go first? Jen, take the stage.
For me, it when it's the right person, it's the right person, and my husband and I have known each other for a really long time, and it was never like that. We were friends and knew each other for like 15 years before we ever even like thought about it. And then we just sort of started hanging out. We hung out more. It was like, this is the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. Are you telling me that it can be this easy? And we both did the same thing. We both came from super, sort of messed up situations. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me that it could be this easy. We both just were sort of in awe. And, he's like, He's the most consistent person I have ever met. I mean, I really mean that. He is the same person today as tomorrow as the next day. And that is something that I didn't have before.
Was it hard to like see those good things, not thinking
I
that...
thought it was bullshit. I thought there's no way this dude is actually like this.
Same vibe, right?
There's no way. Like someday I'm gonna see it. Someday, 6 months down the road, it's 10 years later, man, and he's no bullshit. He is like.
So what's that have to say
even
about
keel.
our ego?
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
Yeah. I just.
Well, check this out.
Yeah.
You want to hear something crazy? My wife, I am the longest relationship that she's ever been in.
Mm-hmm.
Word?
She said I can't deal with nobody she couldn't deal with nobody for more than a year.
Wow.
More than a year. And then here she
shit.
dealt with me, fucking cracky Onassis.
Fucking legendary.
Cracky Crackson and the crack tones over here. Cracks is fine. You know? Cracksons with Randy and Reby.
It's pretty wild though, like what people go through to stay with people through the core of love.
Yeah.
Like even through all the bullshit, even through all the fucking addictions, even through all the trauma, even through all the suppression,
Right.
they see something in those people
Well, see,
that
here's
keeps it, right?
Here's the second part of your question is about loving yourself.
Right.
And loving yourself, I have learned, comes with forgiving yourself for being a fuck up, forgiving yourself, really, really, truly forgiving yourself.
Right.
That was really hard for me to do because it was hard for me to face what I had actually really done.
Right.
You know, and when you're numb, you know, I cry every day. I
Yeah.
cry so much. I am like a little bitch.
What do you cry about now versus what you
know
cried
what?
about
I'm gonna
before?
tell you exactly. Last night when I drove back to the hotel after the gig.
Right.
I'm driving. I'm psyched because they rented me this nice little Challenger. I'm washing it every day. But I drove home and I was listening to Aretha Franklin, "Amazing Grace." It came on my shuffle, and I was like, "Fuck that! I want to listen to this whole record." I had a whole hour to just reflect, to drive because I love to drive, but driving is a time for me to like really listen to music and just reflect and just be. And I'm sitting there, and I just was overwhelmed with this emotion because of just gratitude. Like, I'm still fucking here, dude. I could have been fucking dead.
With all the coke
I
and all
could have
that
been
shit.
fucking dead. I could have been fucking dead. I could have been dead and alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could have been alone. Fuck dead.
She could have just
Because
left her ass.
alone, it's not even that. It's not even just her, bro. I could have been alone, which is worse, really, to me than death. I'd rather die than be by myself in this fucked up world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
and not have something like music to express the anger and the frustration and the love and the joy that I have for things and people at whatever time it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine just being by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's some fucked up shit. That is fucked up.
Well, I got a question for you then, Nigel. Do you think the loneliness that you've had your whole life got you into taking drugs?
You know,
Because you always said you always felt like you were alone.
I didn't feel like I was alone. I just felt like I was different. And I think, yeah, I'm still fucking different than a motherfucker.
We know.
But
We ain't-
I'm able to harness that power now. And the reason why I did drugs is because I didn't understand it. With great power comes great responsibility, right?
Right.
And I wasn't ready for that responsibility, but I also wasn't ready for that power when I got it.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Because if you think about, by the time I was 29,
Right.
I had been all over the world twice.
Mm-hmm.
I had played with my heroes. I played at places I always dreamed of playing from a child. You know, by the time I was 34, 35, I had won a couple Grammys.
Right.
You know, so it's not like I sat in a room for 17 years with the blinds down and just doing cocaine and making records.
No, you're just on
I'm
your
not
path.
fucking Donald Fagen.
But like,
You know?
when you see your after you
Shout
see
to
all
Donald
your
Fagen, Steely Dan.
that was pretty good. When you see all your finally see all your dreams and you're only 34. And like maybe that's like an existential crisis where it's like,
And it was
oh,
cool, but I
shit.
wasn't
like,
present
what am I gonna do now? You weren't present.
I wasn't present for it. Like it was cool, and I really couldn't enjoy it because I wasn't present for it. And not to mention, I was alone.
Right.
I didn't have nobody at that time, and I don't think I wasn't with my wife then. I had met her. I had been through a series of fucking idiots. Yes.
We'll bleep that out.
No, don't bleep it out. Don't bleep it out.
They know who they are.
They know exactly who the fuck they are. But they made me the man I am today, so thank you.
Yeah.
And you probably wouldn't have met the girl you're with
And
now
I would
because
not have been able to
of the trial and
I
error.
would not have been able to treat her correctly if it weren't for the
Right.
fuck ups
Yeah.
that I
Right.
was with.
Right.
You know,
It's pretty wild, man.
man, you could probably delete. You could probably edit.
No, but isn't it wild how our life paths happen like that? Like, I see Stasik. Stasik here.
Stasik!
What up, Stasik? Shout out to Stasik.
Stay sick.
You don't
I
want
don't
to know.
want to talk about it later.
Don't even want to know. Golden State. Yeah. You're the Mr. President. You're Mr. President. How do you like do you agree with what he says? Like how it's like when you're on this path of your career and like you take a step back, you never could take a step back because you can't enjoy it because you're always fucked up through it. You weren't like that?
Don't get it wrong. I was enjoying very much myself.
Okay.
I was enjoying, but it was better. It's better to enjoy those things when you're present and able to be there to actually enjoy them, rather than numbing yourself doing what you think is fun.
Yeah.
And it's fucking your shit up. It's not really allowing you to see the greatness that you've actually achieved.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some huge shit.
Well, that goes back to our point of loving ourselves. We didn't love
forgiving
ourselves
yourself.
and
Yeah.
forgiving. Yeah. But it's true, though. Like, is it hard to love yourself, Jen?
I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah, you are. That's
No, like I'm 42 years old. I've been through a lot of shit. I come from an amazingly loving family who told me I could do anything I wanted in life. I'm a really, really lucky human being. I believe it all.
right.
You know, whether it's bullshit or not, I believe it all.
Yeah. Well,
We all deserve it. We're all great at something. We're all necessary. We're all, all those things,
So how do you tell that advice to a man who's never loved himself?
He's working on it. But forgiveness is such a massive part,
Yes.
I'd fuck me. There he is.
Jason says, I'd fuck me.
But that's the knowledge we're trying to give to the people when they're fucking in that hole.
Yeah.
Like that's the hardest part
Well, I
to
can
wake someone up from that, right, Nigel?
I can tell you from experience that with me, I am learning more and more every day to love myself, which is why I'm talking about, like, I cry all the time. Like, I had the time of reflection, and I had that time of, and that reflection is not always of good things. It's of things that, that maybe you've done it, you're embarrassed about it. And you're like, fuck, why did I do that? But the key to that, is that you cannot change what has happened.
Right.
You cannot determine what will happen. You can only live now. Because what happens is you will fight the fucking wall. And the wall always wins.
How long did it take you to learn that knowledge?
Longer than it fucking should have. Yeah. Okay? Longer than it should have.
Why does it always have to take us to get to
Because
why
I'm
is-
a
when we're
fucking
ground
Virgo,
zero?
and I'm
I know,
hard-headed.
but I'm an Aquarius.
And
I'm the
gotta
same way,
learn
Nigel.
I gotta fucking learn the hard
Why
way.
does it sometimes
I
take
gotta
the...
I gotta keep put my fucking hand in the fire until I get burned enough.
It's stubbornness.
Which means I'm gonna do it again.
We're stubborn.
Like a fucking idiot.
We're fucking stubborn. Are you stubborn?
And on top of that, add the fact that I'm the dopest musician of all time.
Yeah.
On top of it, no, I'm just kidding. I'm confident.
Tell 'em.
I'm like that with and here's another thing. Your ego is not your amigo.
No.
Your ego is not your amigo.
right?
But it goes back to the
Bullshit.
beginning of the conversation we had of like the competitiveness.
Exactly.
When
Exactly.
the competitiveness is kind of a shield.
I just want to say this is the closest I'm gonna ever get to Carson. This is the baddest shit of all time. I love this. I love
This
this.
is you know, it's like the competitive keeps. I mean, the ego is not your. That was a good one. I'm the jam band Carson Daly.
I'm putting on a fucking shirt tomorrow.
I cannot with you
on a
motherfuckers
jersey right
now,
for you.
bro.
But it's so true, man. The competitive got us to here, but we forgot all the other stuff, like loving ourselves.
Yeah.
While we're being competitive,
Yeah.
and that's what fucked us in the long
Yeah.
run. And for you to find the light, I'm gonna clap it up. Let's all clap it up. We're all gonna figure it out. We're all gonna figure it out.
Sometimes it takes longer than it needs to, but hey, better late than fucking never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real talk. Because
I think also, like, you know, besides forgiveness, there's like a giant sort of belt of worthiness that we all deal with too, like on whatever level it is and whatever your issues are, whatever. But I think we all struggle with that. And I was talking to my mom about it a couple weeks ago. She's like, you know, that may be the only reason we're here,
Right.
is to like feel worthy, right? And like, I think it goes in waves. I mean, I think that like
crazy.
I felt cool, like that was never a thing as a kid, but man, when I grew up, like, and I don't really think about stuff like that. I don't really allow myself to go that deep about stuff. It's just like I keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. Right. And I really, like, in the last couple of years, it really keeps coming up in my emotional well-being, is like this sort of feeling of unworthiness or feeling. I'm like, where the fuck did that come from?
Is
you
it
know?
getting older? Because we're
I
getting
don't know.
older.
Or it's either getting older or it's go ahead, Ryan.
I didn't want to be a part of this, but I'm a part of this. My
Yeah,
name's Ryan.
come on,
Ryan Stacey,
man.
part-time bass player, sometimes life changer. The truth that I read this today, and I think my wife posted it, was about people need to realize that life is not always about achieving.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about coasting, and you need to be able to coast really well. That's right. Because coasting sometimes where you need to be before you have to achieve again or descend or wherever. But coasting is what it's all about. And then, baby, I'm coasting.
Hey.
I know that's right.
Wow, this conversation is pretty meta after all of us performing.
This is why.
Say what?
Roller coaster. Roller coaster.
Lord, roller coaster.
Stacey.
Ciao.
So if someone who's listening to this who is probably confused or out of it, what advice would you give
Say it,
them?
I'm sorry, one more time.
If you what kind of advice would you give someone who you know, like, you went through your ups and downs of life? We all have. But how do you say these same things to someone who is so low at the moment? Like, why did it take your wife to pick up all the coke out of the room because her car
Well, she
was
still
dead?
made me clean it up, so she didn't do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
but,
Jamie.
but you know what I'm saying. It took this bottom
Right.
for us to wake up.
Right.
Is that ego?
That is definitely ego. I'm gonna tell you why I feel that way, because, you know, I'm active in AA, okay, and I hear some of the shit that some of them niggas went through.
Right.
That was their rock bottom,
Right.
and you want to talk about fucking gratitude?
Yeah.
You want me, since we can be frank on this show? Hey, I wasn't under a bridge with a dick in my mouth,
Right.
waiting for fucking cocaine or some sort of fucking drugs somebody to give me. I didn't have to do no bullshit like that.
It's like Dave Chappelle from Half Baked going to
You know what
rehab.
I'm
I
saying?
smoke
You
a
ever-
little weed.
Yeah.
You ever suck dick for some?
You know what I'm saying?
But
I
it's
ain't never-
perspective.
I never had to. Exactly. I never
It's
had
perspective.
to do that. My rock bottom was feeling and being alone.
Yeah.
And me being alone was because of me.
Mm-hmm.
It was because of choices that I was making that was
Right.
keeping me alone when I had all of the support and all of the good shit that I needed to function as a regular, real fucking human being who is already crazy anyway.
Right.
So why do I need to do things to make me more what I think was more crazy?
Right.
You know, what I would tell somebody is I know things get fucking rough and things get fucked up. But at the end of the day, the choice is yours.
Right.
You have to be. My mother used to say it all the time. She said, you can shit in one hand and want in the other. You know? And at the end of the day, the choice is yours to get your shit together because it's yours.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Jennifer's, it's not Andy's, it's not Kraz's, it's not Jamie's, it's not nobody's, it's not Ryan, it's not Self.
What's your name?
But
it's mine.
yeah,
And
but like
I have to deal with that.
totally. But like we're in an occupation where it's so selfless. We give everyone else everything. How we forget about ourselves.
That's why it's necessary to give back to yourself. Take the time that you need to be away from fucking people if you need to.
Right.
But also, by the same token, it's that worthiness shit. It's because like you give everybody else the respect, but do you actually give yourself the respect in return?
Exactly.
Like, what is your shit that you need to deal with? And do you feel worthy of that help that you would give any neighbor any day? And the answer so often is no. You know?
People think backstages after shows are just about
Fucking
cocaine and
glamorous.
partying.
No, man.
Look at us. We're talking about real
Sometimes
shit.
it's 358 and a Ryan Stasek who's gyrating right now, and I wish you could see it. Oh,
guys.
he just dropped it like it was hot.
Thank you so
Hey,
much for
baby.
doing this.
Oh,
I could
man,
talk to
love
you guys for
I
hours.
fucking love you, Andy. You're a fucking.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of yours.
You guys are good.
You are a bad motherfucker, bro.
I
I,
just-
enjoy your energy.
Yep.
I enjoy your competitiveness. Come get all of this.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate
You know,
it, guys.
let's
I just
go.
want to learn because, you know, we're all going to be friends for a while. I hope.
Yeah.
Hope I don't burn any
We
bridges.
should do a
in the
record
next
together
couple
one day. We should just do a
Bring it.
fucking. We should start a metal band called Death Smack.
I love it.
And we show up when we feel like it. Hold on, don't tell me to show up. You weren't even invited in here. You just invited yourself in here like you all again.
3 times.
This is the
3
fourth
times
time.
I did not knock.
I could have been in here with.
All right, we're done. We're done. We're done. Guys, I just want to say thank you for being part of the show.
Thank you for having me.
I love
Andy.
you guys, and
This is a long time coming.
this is real. This is what life's about, being friends. Like you said before, like let's start bands and stuff, but let's actually be friends
Let's
too.
fucking be homies,
And let's
bro.
fucking check on each other.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
what
mean?
we need to
This
do.
group
And
thread
now
right
that I
now,
know,
bro.
now that I know that,
Group thread right now. Come through. Come get some of these jerseys,
yo,
bro.
come on,
right?
come through, come get some of these virtual hugs.
You know what I'm saying?
Stacy's
We out here
throwing
to
up in his mouth right now. Guys, I love you. It's all
Love you
love.
too.
Love you, buddy.
And thank you so much for just talking about. I know we didn't talk anything about music, but fuck it. Who
It's
cares?
fine. We got a
Good. They
little
already
Aretha
know
Franklin
we
in
dope.
there. It's
They
fine.
know, they know we're dope. We don't need to. We don't need to beat them in the head with that.
Okay, so I always end a conversation with this. When it's all said and done, what do you want to be remembered by,
What do I want to be remembered by?
or with?
I want people to remember the joy that they experienced while in my presence together.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Just the joy that we experienced together.
I love
That's
it.
it.
I want my legacy to be 2 things. One, something that my children can be proud of when I'm gone.
Right.
Something that they can have and say, yo, that was my father.
Mm-hmm.
And the second part to that is I want whoever comes in contact with anything of mine, any part of that legacy that I'm leaving behind, I want them to know that it came from the bowels of who I am, and that I'm a vessel of something bigger than all of us, and that I'm a bad motherfucker.
And if you were mean during cocaine, they just misunderstood you.
I'm sorry.
And if you were mean when you're on high on cocaine, that you were just misunderstood.
I might have meant it. I might have meant it.
Let's go. That's that honesty I'm looking for.
I might have meant it.
I'm looking
Maybe I had
for.
to cuss you out. And if I was high, then you really got it. And you probably deserved it.
I used to
that's
be scared of you,
God's way.
Nigel.
You did?
Really?
A monster. Boy.
I know. I thought you called me out on some like COVID mask thing or something during the quarantine. We were beefing a little bit. I was talking about that. I'm gonna kill this motherfucker right now. We were beefing a little bit.
Dude, we had a little beef, but I'm so glad we're not beefing.
But we ain't beefing anymore. Let's go.
I ain't got no room for beef no more, bro. I'm not beefing with nobody no more. I'm too old to be tussling with people, man.
You know what I realized? But that's what it is, you know. Who was that? I was talking to you about this and Bayless about this. We go through so much things that our spouses won't get. Well, your spouse, you got a badass, but like they won't get some of this shit, the relationships, the bonding, the camaraderie that we have, the brotherhood we have with our band versus what we bring home to our family life.
Right, of course.
So this right here is special.
This is
I want you to know that. We're friends.
All right, I'm out.
All right, goodbye.
The half is like perfect for me.
Humphrey's Crew is the best. First of all, the fact that they did that for you was a little bit.
And then did you see what
These guys
did?
work their ass off for 3 days, and then they still help you out.
Yeah, and then they printed out all those pictures of my feet and put them all backstage.
Yeah. Heller, next time you want to do that a bit to get Andy, I'm speaking specifically to Matt Heller, we need to table it up. We got to table it up first. That didn't land because here's the problem. I get the idea, but
Were they trying to rip on me?
Yeah. The problem is they don't realize that you are a shameless bastard, okay? And that when you walk into a room of pictures of yourself, you're not like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. You're like, yes, hell yeah. Pictures of me everywhere.
I'm not a narcissist.
Don't
like
try
that.
to, I know, not exactly, but the problem here, Matt, and I'm not mad at you because you're going off what a normal person would do to something like that because you know mostly normal people, so it's not your fault. You can't embarrass Andy Frasco.
No.
End of story.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm already embarrassing enough.
He can embarrass himself.
We're gonna.
If you want to embarrass him, just like tell his mom he has a girlfriend in front of him. That would get you way more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom was so funny this weekend.
Yeah?
We're gonna try to get her on the show while she's still in town. It's so
Marlene.
funny. Marlene Frasco. I love her. Big week. What are we gonna do? I'm in town,
we're
so
doing this.
we're gonna do a bunch of content.
Yep. I just have a gig and a rehearsal.
Yep.
Opio, baby.
My next. Oh yeah, you're playing with Opio
On Sunday, but so it's before this comes out. But
You're gonna have a great time. No, it comes out tomorrow.
oh, that's right. This is tomorrow's. Yeah,
so
I'm
you-
playing Colorfield on Sunday. We're headlining Sunday.
Colorfield is a festival in Denver, Colorado.
Levitt Pavilion.
At the Levitt. That's gonna be
And
big for you.
You know who's right before us? Flamingosis. I love that guy.
He's dope. You know Sarah Shaw manages him.
Not anymore, but she did.
Oh.
She doesn't work for them anymore.
Oh.
But yeah,
He's cool. I liked him. He played that Fool's Paradise.
he's like the nicest, coolest, and his music's just a good time.
Yeah.
Yep.
So go see Nick. I just started making my new record. I was in Nashville
I
with
saw
Chris
that.
Galbuta, who's
love Galbuta.
badass. Wrote a couple songs with Steve Poltz. Wrote a
He's
couple
funny as
songs
shit
with
too, Buddha.
Paul McDonald. Oh, Galbuta was.
Did you guys get into some territory where you're riffing and stuff?
Oh
He's
yeah,
funny.
he knows the scene and he could talk shit. Like he's a good shit talker. You know, like we were just ripping. Bah, bah, bah.
If me and him did a podcast, you'd have to delete half of it.
He's flying to Denver,
He should
and we're
get him
gonna
on
ride.
here.
We're gonna ride in Denver. We're gonna get him on here.
Have him talking about songwriting.
Yeah, and then so I'm in Denver for 2 weeks. I'll be in LA for this weekend because I'm record.
Are you going to LA?
Yeah,
What day?
working with Kenny Carkegan.
What day?
Friday,
All weekend
Saturday,
or something?
Sunday.
Okay, cool.
I got us tickets to Dodgers Rockies too
When's that?
next Monday.
Here?
Here
Oh yeah, that's right.
they're
Cool.
playing Monday and Tuesday.
That's all. They're already back.
We're gonna do date night. Get all the girls out there.
Julie loves going to baseball games.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring Jill and Bo. Do you want to bring your new girlfriend? Yes. Bo is a fucking pimp these days.
Dude,
Jesus
every
Christ!
player.
3 women texted me about
Three?
Bo. 3. One of
took
them
my
I
mic
knew.
off the stand for this.
The other one was like, dude, this was. I mean, I am so proud of you, Bo.
He's got that natural.
He's got that swag.
Good looking.
He's living in his own house now, so now he doesn't have to feel insecure about bringing
works out
women
and
over to my
stuff.
house.
He's got a better body than you do.
He's hot. Bo, you're doing it. I'm really proud of you.
Yeah, man. Fuck you.
I'm going to clap it up for Bo.
No, not me. I'm
The
jealous.
ladies love Bo.
I'm filled with jealous rage about it.
I know you are. It's okay.
I miss it. I miss being single. Julie, turn it off for a second. I miss being single. I miss looking people in the eye during conversations. But now I can't because they'll fall in love with me if I do.
I love it.
And we can't have people falling in love with me.
You're just so hot and tempting.
I'm so charismatic.
You're so charismatic and hot and
The
sexy.
thing about me is it's my charisma that gets them every time.
Right. Right. All right. Have a great day. We're going to have a great week. It's going to be killer. Killer week.
Yeah, we're going to kill everybody.
You know?